Welcome to the Morning Show at Dawn, a show that is based on financial insight, current affairs, business trends, and so much more. I am Atlan Sono, your host of the most, and please join us as we dive into raw and unfiltered conversation. Would you miss that for the world? Of course not, so stay tuned for more. Help me welcome Mr. Dibeela from Loatso Advertising, as we'll be talking about advertising and marketing. Mr. Boni, welcome.
Thank you so much, Atan.
How are you, Mr. Boni? And can you please introduce yourself? Hore, what do you do? What is your occupation at Loatso?
Okay, Kibidwa Boni Dibeela from Kanye, last born of 5. I wear many hats: farmer, entrepreneur, strategist, and one hat which I'm very proud of is father. Oh, yes, and husband. I hope that doesn't get me in trouble.
Yeah, and one can tell that you're a last born, like you're just so calm, vibrant, and welcoming.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, so Mr. Boni, can you give us insight on how Loatso Advertising started and what keeps it moving today?
Well, started in 2017, as you'd imagine is the case for ngwana wa Motswana o ya sekolong hetsa sekolo wa bereka ko berekanteng, you learn the trade, and then with time you answer what I believe for most entrepreneurs is a call, a call to start and perhaps lead something and be a solution to a problem that you might have identified in the first few, let's say, years of working. You noticed certain gaps that are there in the market, and you notice your skill set and how it is that you could use your skill to plug that gap that you are seeing more industry in your bereka mo go yone. So that is how Loatso started in 2017. Very under not so easy circumstances, but everything that will eventually grow started off as something very small.
Yeah,
so
there are always hurdles.
Yeah, rightfully so. Life cycle, we usually compare our trajectory to that of Yamoto. A child is born. There's a specific type of feeding you give it at the age of its infancy. Likewise, that is what we allowed ourselves to grow. We allowed ourselves to incur the initial teething problems that come with having a business that is small scale. And to date, we are happily growing. We've increased the number of people that are working at our organization. We've made our processes more efficient. So it's that's pretty much where we come from and where we are at the moment.
Yeah, that's lovely, Mr. Dibeela. So what marketing approach does Loatso use that is different from other agencies?
What can I say? We do our best to take on the voice or the appearance of the client that we are working with. When we work together, we see ourselves as part of your team. So we put on one end context and on the other end integration. Hare, when you come to us and ask for our services, we don't just use a one-size-fits-all approach. We take the shape and form of what you are. So before we actually conduct business with whoever we do, the partner that we get into an agreement with, we perform what you call a needs analysis, because needs are different. You have to tailor make one that will fit the person you are working with, so that you are best able to represent them.
State of matter, liquid.
Pretty much.
How does your work impacted the community?
How does it impact the community? Well, it's given employment to young Botswana. That's a first. sello sa mongwe le mongwe, be it government, be it mo malwapeng eng, sello se se tona ke sa unemployment. So we don't want to be part of those that are amplifying the problem that we can already all see.
Yeah.
So rather, let's be part of the solution. Through what? Through ensuring that a good number of young people are not sitting at home with their amazing qualifications. They are able to be working and their own, not just able to be working, but to be adding, meaningful value to this clientele that we work in. Now, we take our work very seriously. So this then means we present to the people that we work with a blueprint to say, okay, these are the measurable outcomes of this relationship we are embarking on. So it's not just batho ba ha ba theogela ebile ba dira pharologanyo for the clients that we are serving.
That's lovely. So, Mr. Dibeela, you know how marketing is always changing. So how does Loatso Advertising stay ahead of trends and technology? Knowing we are in the digital era, AI, the chat GPT, like Bosuno AI, the video, like how do you stay ahead of AI?
We avoid we keep our ear on the ground. We listen a lot. We track what Botswana are saying. We track public sentiment through available tools, some of them powered by the AI that you are talking about. But what we do is, because we keep our ear to the ground, we are able to tell when something new is coming. Now, when something new comes, the question is, will it add value to your efficiency or to your processes? So a lot of people argue that the rise of AI is taking away jobs. True as that to a certain extent may be, we've decided a stance where we very readily welcome the advent of technology and the use of AI tools that are able to make our work more efficient. So in our integration of artificial intelligence tools to our work, ga dira or tsa add personality eleng gore motho o na le yone. So we work hand in hand with it so that the final or the finished product is something that is not only palatable but enjoyable to the person that we are serving. So we very readily and very happily integrate technology into our operations, because if you don't, we're redundant.
Yeah, it's a matter of survival of the fittest. If you don't adapt to the new digital era, then that means your business is going to have high competition. And
right on point. Popular Charles Darwin's theory on to paraphrase it, it's not saying only the strong will survive in one way or the other. So as the world changes, you need to adapt to those changes. The culture is dynamic. So we believe that industries are dynamic. Things change when something new and it's better and it's offering implications maybe that are advantageous to the climate. So many things are going on. Global warming, this going green, ESG, environmental sustainability and governance. So we listen to what is happening, we incorporate it into our strategy, and we move with it.
We move with time. That was Loatso Advertising giving us insight on marketing and advertising. We're going for a short break. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back to the Morning Show at Dawn. Still with me, your host of the most, Atlansono, and Mr. Dibeela from Loatso Advertising. And let me tell you, in this segment, we're shifting gears. We're talking budgeting, bank balances, savings, or should I say financial literacy. Welcome back, Mr. Dibeela.
Thank you. You're almost welcome.
Mr. Dibeela, what's the most important habit that you think people should inherit when managing their money?
It's a difficult question because there's so many things to consider for different people. But if I were to blanket a money habit that maybe isn't just a money habit but is an overall character trait that can help you become a better money manager, is prudence. By prudence, I mean don't exaggerate things too early. Don't move things too early. Allow nature to take its course, not just in your biological makeup as a human being, but also in your financial makeup. What I mean is that allow yourself to grow in the stages of growth that have been laid out before. We live in an age where information is abundant in a greater, let's call it, rate than it's ever been. So there's so many tools or places where we can learn different ways of money management, but now bringing it down to the individual. You look at yourself. At what stage are you in life? Are you a student? Live like a student. Cut your cloth according to your size. That will save you from a lot of problems. Eska wa re o bone selo se be se go khatla, se be se go ntsha from the parameters of prudence because you want to appear like the Joneses over there. So look at whatever stage you are in at life. Cut your cloth according to your size for that particular season. And maybe in the business context, don't scale too early. Like I said, study biology in human beings. Dilo di a gola, ebile di gola go tsaya nako.
Levels.
Finances also, you don't just shoot from age 1 and tomorrow I'm age 7. No. Financially, allow yourself to be age 1, age 3, age 5, at age 7. Just like that chronologically. So cut your cloth according to your size in a nutshell.
And I heard you talking about students, where if you're a student, you should live upon your means, right?
Yes.
So what's that business trend that you say, this is a must go for as a student? You'll earn a 1.5, but this will work for you. You can invest in this.
Mo Botswana, bringing it down to Botswana, sello se tswang kgakala, early 2000s, even much earlier than that, has been economic diversification. And we are seeing now, sello sa rona gore ha ditamane di sa rekwe, we have a lot of problems. That's a nation. So re ka lebelela what is happening to the nation, bring it back down to ourselves as individuals. Because one could argue that wena lo wena o chaba ka bo wena. So for the student, I'm not immediately suggesting that you have to stress yourself with extra income because you are still a student. Your primary focus should be your academics. After getting your designation, diploma, degree, whatever, you are that thing that you need to invest in yourself. You first need to look at what can you do with yourself. What are you good at? I will assume that whatever you are doing when you are in school, that's what you are good at, that's what you love. So sabatlele go pehela kgakala seo se tsereng seo se dirang seo. As I alluded to earlier, information is rampant. The rise of social media, it's leveled the playing ground, which means things that used to be barriers of entry in the past, they are no longer that, because instead of setting up a physical shop, you can set up an online shop at no cost to you when you are starting out after you finished your academics. So how you look at your skills, which ones can you leverage to increase your income portfolio or diversify? Could you be a social media manager? Maybe contextualize it to industry. You could be a social media manager. You could do graphic designs. Canva right now, their advanced AI integration allows a person with minimal skill to actually be able to bring what's in their mind into a living thing that we can all see through the prompt. Just so many advantages with the rise of technology. So don't look too far. Look within yourself. What are you good at? What can you do that gives you that alive feeling and madi extra? And a social media manager, can turn into a social media management company. That step-by-step growth we were talking about.
Speaking of many many money-making streams, what is that money myth that you think people believe in but it's not true?
A money myth that people believe in but not true. Hey, I can't. Do you care to give me one money myth that you know? Maybe let's debunk it together.
The money myth that I know, yeah, I tortoise, but I don't know if that one is true or not.
Okay, let's debunk it. Hey.
You know, like your thing, you'll be going to a traditional doctor, then give you a tortoise. That tortoise will like give you money. You just give it a place to go. Yeah, you die, but you're gonna generate a lot of money.
Okay, I would tie that to different ideologies, different belief systems. Ko dikerekeng go na le bo miracle money, go na le noga gate go na le dinoga dinoga tse di kgwang madi. Re tla e busa hela re gongwe re disseminate information that is applicable to all, because like African magic doesn't work on European. So maybe because we are speaking to not just Botswana but also people of European heritage, Asian heritage, the principle the thing the tlamalets. A lot of some of the belief systems that are in existence, they are rooted more go batleng go tsaya di shortcut. So the way to financial success it's rooted in discipline, unless you want to end up in jail, because shortcuts you can advance with them, but they usually involve undercutting due processes and doing things that are illegal. So if you want to take that route, you are welcome to. We all know what the outcome of that is, but the path to financial prosperity and success in Osihela, motoko ga yone ke prudence, motoko ga yone ke discipline, motoko ga yone ke cutting. I'm still reiterating what we said earlier, just cutting the cloth according to your size. A discipline, staying on a cut out, but don't start something new. Eskare go agilwe tsela ile go bo batla go ikagela tsela ga go tsela ke tlamaletse gate ha o tswa ha e go isa kwa. Take that road as recommended by available literature, and to a certain extent some of the things I've been saying. Yes.
And speaking of discipline, cutting the cloth according to your own size, what advice would you give an individual, or should I say a solo business starter?
I fear that it would appear I'm saying the same thing over and over. But to someone that wants to be an sole proprietor, sole proprietor, or ultimately you turn into a public company, whatever, however, an entrepreneur, let's just call them an entrepreneur. Money advice, again, kiwena the entity. You are the entity. You are. I was listening not so long ago to a podcast where a young man had developed a certain skill. So because he got bored of doing this day-to-day vocation with a skill that was inherently his, he decided to scale up, involve people, have an admin wing, and ultimately all of that led him to crash. He had to go back to the drawing board and say, I'm the one with the skill, I'm the one with the vision for this that I'm doing here. So when he did that, he achieved a good deal of success. So to the sole proprietor, or to the person that's alone and saying, it hasn't changed. It's still the same beat out path. It's been working for centuries. It's still working today. You are the entity. Develop skills that you can monetize relative to here in Botswana. Look at yourself. Are you paying? You are waiting for your work to come, or hakai geographically. There's a young lady close to where I live there. What she does is she has a small car. So there's a great deal of traffic that forms as people are heading to work. So cars dia ema what she's done is for that time period between 8 and 9:30 a.m. when traffic is passing ilintsi haho, she sets up a table and she gives baked goods to, or she sells baked goods to dikoloi tse di fetang for ke bona hore ke motho a dira ka diatla tsa gagwe se a se kgona mo nako eo gore, because all of us what we want is comfort and financial security. So look at yourself, what do you have sa e kgakala. I know
Have
of
a
someone
strategy.
o ka tsona le degree mme o itse go loga o ka tsona le degree mme o itse se. What can give you money, use it to make money for you. Emma.
That was Mr. Dibeela from Loatso Advertising giving us financial insight on marketing and advertising. Let me go on a short break. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back to our last segment of the show. Here we'll be giving you advice on business and finance. Do you want to get into marketing and advertising? This one is for you. Welcome back, Mr. Dibeela.
Emma.
Mr. Dibeela, what's that one advice that you've been dying to give Motswana ko gae who want to get into marketing and advertising?
If you'd like to go into marketing and advertising, perhaps 3 things you need to consider. Learn how to write, understand business, and then finally be very, very resilient. So by learning how to write, is that who's going to finance your dream? They want you to be able to clearly articulate what value it is you're going to add to them by offering them that service and them paying for it. So you best ensure that we tuta go kwala le go bua seo se kwadileng, presenting it to the people you are presenting it to. And then number 2, by understanding business, you need to familiarize yourself with maybe not just compliance laws in the business playing field, but how money is actually made. Because as an entity yourself, or in the business that you start, where Arsimuleka, when as an entity, you need to you run yourself like a business. Even as you're an employee, money in, money out. Pharologanyo yeo madi a leng gore a tswa mo go wena ga a tshwanna go heta a tsena mo go wena, because then or you are at a loss. If you are at a loss mo botselong jwa gago hela business ya collapse. Learn how business operates. Even in marketing, we tweet gore what's the supply chain, what are the profit margins. It all falls under the blanket, understand business. And then fellow, staying resilient. You will get a lot of no's in the entrepreneurship journey and even in the employment searching journey. But if you are resilient, you will know, as the saying says, I'm not referring to people as dogs, but every dog has its day. That may be said in a negative connotation, but lo na o kare modidi Setswana sa re modidi yo sa swing o litile khumo ya gagwe. So in this myriad of no's, best believe ke molao ka tswa ile o laotsweng ke modimo, ka tswa ile o laotsweng ke the universe, as some say it. One of them has to give you the goodness that you are looking for. So you will definitely get an answer, a positive, affirmative answer for what you're looking for.
I heard that you are a PR or go Loatso. So how does public relations and marketing relate?
Public relations and marketing, how do they relate? Ke motho le ntsala from the same grandparents. Same grandparents. Yo mongwe is a wing that is dedicated to ensuring that communication is always clear as to, now you'd understand that in a business there's different stakeholders that need different approaches in how you communicate to them. Shareholders are a stakeholder. the public is a stakeholder, because more often than not, the public are the people that you want to have a good perception of what you are doing as an entity. So that's the public relations part of things, to ensure that a positive perception is held by the place that you are operating in. And then with marketing, marketing has to do with why are you in existence in the first place? How is it that you are making people know about your existence? So it's all it. If o sa reetsa o harologanya thata o ka akanya gore it's one and the same thing, but it's different. Ye nngwe ke a leng gore the reason for your existence, how are you making people know about it? And then public relations, how is it that you are disseminating this information to shape public perception? Yes.
And I wanted to ask you this earlier, Hore, ever since Loatso was established, was that one challenge that Bona was like, oh my God, it's the end of us?
Fortunately for us, we are very optimistic, which I believe every single person should be. We should all do our best to be half full, the glass is half full instead of half empty. So one of the biggest challenges would be funding. Akanya, you are a growing entity, and because you've proven that the expertise is there, a client can have faith in you and they have timelines. You don't immediately have access to funds that can fund this project that you have been given. So you need to approach a purchase order financier who will probably eat into the margin of profit that you want to make. So it would appear as though you are doing this great job, but it's resulting in limited margins, core profitability. And in other instances, this process of you saying you are still going to seek purchase order financing age into the timelines that you would set for yourself to say ke tla be ke deliver le ke heditse project e ka nako e. So that's a challenge that I believe it's not unique to us. Mehela, we faced that a lot, and there's a myriad of other ones, but that's one that stands out for most growing entities. Now I'm speaking about challenges that we had a number of years back.
Mr. Dibeela, thank you for your presence. And what are your last words for viewers at home and Bakako Charakai?
Thank you for having us. Se re ka se buang hela go tswala ke gona gore Setswana sa re mabogo dinkwa tebana. We are a youth-owned organization. We are very forward-looking, so we look forward to working with more people. We are available on social media as Loatso Advertising, on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, and on TikTok too. And then our physical presence is Plot 171, Unit 3, Ko Gaborone Commerce Park, and we will be very happy to serve you.
Yeah. That brings us to the end of our episode. Please stay tuned for more.